Hey, and welcome Gurus to the course overview of this Microsoft Azure Network Engineer Associate Certification Prep course where we'll be preparing for the AZ700. I'm Chase, one of your Azure training architects that you'll see throughout this course. And while we've introduced ourselves in the previous video and lightly touched on what we will see in this course, we're going to use this course overview video to go in a little bit more depth on some of those things. So the objective of this course is to build context on subjects that we'll need to help us understand how to work as network engineers inside of Azure, but also to cover the exam objectives in great detail so that we can balance the coverage with the depth in each of the exam objectives. Now, the exam objectives that you'll see that we cover throughout this course are first and foremost the virtual network fundamentals. Then we'll cover some DNS topics. We'll cover routing for our virtual networks. Then we'll talk about load balancing solutions, hybrid network connectivity solutions, private network access, network monitoring, and network security. Each of these exam topics will be covered as we go throughout this course. Now, as you go through this course, it will really be advantageous for you to have some prerequisite knowledge already checked off. For example, for this exam, you can expect to need at least intermediate level skills because this is an intermediate level exam at the associate level. And the experience prerequisites are going to be a must-have in Azure to properly prepare for this exam. You're going to have experience in Azure administration, and you're certainly going to have some strong knowledge of networking fundamentals so that you can make sense of all of these topics that are involved with networking inside of Azure. Now, this certainly does overlap to a slight degree with some of the topics covered inside of the AZ104 Azure Administrator Certification Prep course here at ACG, a Pluralsight company taught by yours truly, Chase, one of your Azure training architects. And this certainly can help you prepare for this course if you've already taken that course before you get started with this one, because there is a degree of overlap with Azure administration skills, so you could use the AZ104 to prepare for this course. Now, the certification prerequisites are that there are no hard prereqs. You don't have to take any other exam or course before preparing for the AZ700. However, I highly recommend checking out the AZ104 before getting started with this course so that you can get your bearings on Azure administration and some basic networking fundamentals. Again, the supporting courses that you could take to aid in your experience as you go through the AZ700 journey with us is checking out the Introduction to Networking on Azure course, where you're going to get a broad overview of Azure networking fundamentals, and also checking out that, as I've mentioned, AZ104 Microsoft Azure Administrator Certification Prep course, where you'll get a broad set of experience with Azure administration. You'll also prepare for that certification, and it does incorporate some of those networking topics that we'll cover in this lesson, but with just a broader overview. All right, Gurus, that covers everything that we wanted to go over for this course overview. Thanks so much for joining me in this course, and I look forward to seeing you throughout the course.